3 children have been killed in a rocket attack in Libya's capital, Tripoli. The missile landed in a neighbourhood near the city centre. The UN-recognised government is blaming forces loyal to warlord Khalifa Haftar. Nearly 300 civilians have been killed by rockets or airstrikes since he began his campaign to seize the city in April. Government troops are making further advances into territory controlled by Haftar's forces and have halted an operation by them to take Misrata. Tony Bertley reports from the front line in the town of Abu Ghraib.
Driving to the front line through territory that just 3 days ago was held by warlord Khalifa Haftar's forces. This government soldier is passing on intelligence about a possible air attack. He tells everyone to be vigilant. The threat from the air is always present. Heavy artillery and air power enabled Haftar's units to overrun government forces and take the town of Abu Ghraib, 80 kilometres east of Misrata on Sunday. But in the face of a massive counter-offensive, they could only hold it for less than 2 hours. Soldiers and civilians answered the call.
The families of Misrata altogether united with one voice within 1 hour. 20,000 came from Misrata to Abu Ghraib with ammunition and weapons.
This is the new front line. After retaking Abu Ghraib, units then pushed Haftar's forces back 20 kilometres. They may be wounded, but they are not beaten. They are a well-equipped and heavily armed enemy which can attack at any moment.
It's dangerous. They are using drones, heavy artillery, Grad rockets. But God willing, He will protect us. We are taking our precautions.
They lost 11 men in the weekend attack and 100 were injured, including some civilians. This is the funeral of a little girl who died of natural causes. But people have remained here living with danger every day, and they are suffering.
We're facing live shooting. It's the biggest danger from all sides. It's indiscriminate. It's difficult because in wars you can't predict what will happen.
This medical facility in nearby Zamzam is the only community healthcare centre for 100 kilometres. The administrator said Haftar's fighters ransacked the place and stole ambulances and all the equipment. It only adds to the misery and increases the anger. This young wounded fighter has lost comrades. He is calling Haftar a dog. He, like many others, may find reconciliation difficult when peace eventually comes. But many are growing weary of fighting.
We prefer a ceasefire. We are all Libyans and we want to stop the bloodshed. But if this old man, Haftar, announces every day that he wants to take more land and kill more Libyan young men, then we will continue to fight until our last man.
It's a wild, rugged land where little grows, but so much blood is being spilled to control it, even though there is a notional ceasefire in place.
No one yet has declared the ceasefire dead, but what has happened here and in the sporadic attacks in Tripoli show just how volatile the situation still is and how quickly calm can turn to bloodshed. Tony Bertley, Al Jazeera, Abu Ghraib, east of Misrata.